Hell is a place that Allah has promised as a punishment for those who disobey His commands. In the Quran and Hadith, it is mentioned that there are 7 levels of hell, each reserved for different groups of people based on their sins and wrongdoings. Let's go through them one by one. The first level is Jahannam. This hell is mentioned in Surah Al-Hijr, verse 43. And indeed, hell is the promised place for them all, the followers of Satan. The inhabitants are Muslims who committed many sins but still had faith. They will be punished until their sins are cleansed, after which they will enter paradise. Laza is a second level of hell with blazing and intensely hot fire. The inhabitants are those who deny the truth of Allah's religion and act arrogantly. Allah says in Surah Al-Ma'arij, verses 15 to 16, "No, it is a blazing fire, stripping away the scalp." Al-Hutama is a third hell that crushes and burns completely. And the inhabitants are those who are greedy for wealth and love to mock others. In Surah Al-Humaza, verses 4 to 5, Allah says, "No, he will surely be thrown into Al-Hutama." And what can make you know what Al-Hutama is? It is the fire of Allah, eternally fueled. Saqar is a fourth level of hell whose heat never fades. The inhabitants are those who abandon prayer, refuse to help the poor, and deny the Day of Judgment. In Surah Al-Mudaththir, verses 42 to 43, "What led you into Saqar? They will say, we were not among those who prayed." Al-Jahim is a fifth level of hell with an enormous and intense blaze. The inhabitants are idol worshippers and those who follow their desires without regard for Allah's laws. Allah says in Surah Ash-Shu'ara, verse 91, "And hellfire will be made visible to those who are astray." Sa'ir is a sixth level of hell whose fire never stops burning. Inhabitants are hypocrites and those who commit major crimes. In Surah Al-Mulk, verse 10, Allah says, "And they will say, if only we had listened or reasoned, we would not be among the companions of Sa'ir." And the final level of hell is Al-Hawiyah, the deepest and darkest pit, and the inhabitants are the most defiant disbelievers and oppressors. Allah says in Surah Al-Qari'ah, verses 9 to 11, "Then his refuge will be Al-Hawiyah." And what can make you know what that is? It is a fire intensely hot. My dear brothers and sisters, may this explanation serve as a reminder for all of us to always uphold our faith and do good deeds. Hell is real, but Allah's mercy is far greater. Let's strive for righteousness and constantly seek His forgiveness. Wallahu alam bis sawab. Stay in goodness and don't forget to subscribe.